People have been like, oh, they're snakes. But aside, to be honest with you, cheated on his wife, which is not only a betrayal of his wife, it's over his kids' lives, because his kids have now got to grow up realizing that their dad's been completely villainized over the internet.
I love my wife so much, I will never do anything to hurt my wife.
To be honest, I don't think I agree. We should get into the main topic of the week, because there's been a little bit of drama. I say it's drama. A bloke's had a divorce.
It's drama.
So the Try Guys, this is something which we've been massively requested to speak about by quite a lot of people.
Do you know what? I've known them going way back to when the Twitter story came out.
Yeah, no, mate, literally. I saw this whole thing came out, and I was like, there was like, the Try Guys has done this, the Try Guys has done that, and I was like, who is the Try Guys? Yeah. I didn't know who these people were, and I have discovered that they are like this BuzzFeed group channel. Yeah. They came from BuzzFeed, where they try lots of different things because they are the Try Guys. Yeah. In this case, he tried to, not cheat on his wife. Failed massively.
He tried adultery. Why not?
Why not?
And I thought Ned Flanders' wife was already dead.
Well,
apparently not.
The main issue that I had with this is, for some reason I read it and everyone was like, Nick's done this, Nick's done this. I don't know why I read it as Nick. So I was like, has Nick Avocado posted his bumhole again? Because like after last week, we just went on a blooming tangent about Nick Avocado's.
You've had bumhole on the mind, haven't you?
Well, I thought, so I'd like to clarify, Ned from the Try Guys did not post his bumhole, but I'd argue what he did may have been worse. We will, it's hard to, I mean,
it's debatable, isn't it?
It's debatable. Well, I actually opened up Twitter yesterday, and it was worse than his bumhole. I just opened up Twitter. I don't know if I can say it. He was basically being raw dogged. He posted it, and I was like, Nick, I don't need to see this, my friend. And somebody was like, why'd you follow him? And I was like, it's actually a pretty valid question. Why do I follow him?
From mukbang to fuckbang.
But yeah, so the Try Guys are basically a group channel that I refuse to believe existed beyond a week ago, because everyone claims to be a massive fan of these people. People were like personally devastated by this, and I can understand it, because they were fans of this guy. I don't really need to explain to you the nitty-gritty of what happened.
The whole shtick with him is that he's like this hardcore monogamous, I love my wife kind of character, right?
Well, the guy literally has like a catchphrase. Like he's like I'm going to show you this catchphrase.
Call that motherfucker Lie Guys.
Well, I didn't like, everyone was like, oh, he's got his catchphrase is my wife, but it's like, it's not even a joke. Like
that's Borat's catchphrase.
No,
my wife.
No, but I think that's literally it. He has coined that, and this is it.
My wife, 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 my wife.
He ruined my life.
This was a really big thing. Like, I don't think I've seen a topic actually blow up like this so much, and I guess it's because, like, I've been speaking about this in my latest video about the idolization of influencers and stuff like that, and about how like so many people out there like to like present themselves as like these amazing people. Yeah. Like, and I've always said it's a little bit suspicious when somebody is like basing their whole brand on being like this amazing human being. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I know completely what you're saying, and I think with the story of sort of this case, people have seen all the fucked up shit going on in the world. You've got fucking Ukraine, Russia, you've got Israel, Palestine still kicking about.
I never thought we'd bring in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict into fucking Try Guys, Tries Palestine.
And then people went, that's a bit heavy. I don't want to get upset about that. I don't even want to think about it. I know what I'm going to get upset about. Dude cheats on his wife.
Well, I mean, to be honest, I don't think I agree. I don't think somebody was like, oh yeah, Ned's cheating on his wife, and I'm just going to ignore Israel and Palestine because of that. Where has this come from?
I just think there's things that people should be upset about, and poor old Ned here, he's had a bad week of Reno, boys.
Mate, he's been cheating on his wife for the bloke's got a kid.
It is bad, isn't it? I mean, and the girl worked with him. And
yeah. So this was a big thing, like that. So the person he cheated with, it wasn't like so I was basically saying in my last video, I was like, usually somebody has a little smoochy woochie on the side. It's like, oh fucking hell, that's a bit weird. But with this guy, it was like, not only does the bloke have kids, like that it's actually kind of sad. Like, I was going through this guy's main channel, and they were like, there's like videos of them like speaking about like really heavy shit. Like she went for a miscarriage, and they were dealing with that together, and then they had like a happy spin, like, oh, we're actually having another attempt at it, and they had another kid, and it's like proper deep. But during all of that, He was doing smoochy woochie on the whole side.
He was just having his smoochy woochies on the side. He was fucking
this is not good.
doing all sorts. And poor Rod and Todd in this situation.
Rod and Todd. Is that the other people?
That's Ned's kids, isn't it? Todd.
Fuck off. I thought you were talking about the other Try Guys.
Hello, my friends. I am quickly just interjecting to say, please subscribe to this YouTube channel, because honestly, it's actually kind of mad that like 80% of you aren't subscribed. And I know you hear that every single time, but it's actually not even a joke. And this point, it's a brand new channel. Please, for the love of God, subscribe. It actually does cost to make these videos because we've got to hire the studio, and I am giving you a direct sob story right now. I can't even speak English. So please subscribe, or I will send Nick Avocado to your house at 3 AM, and I'm not sure you want to risk that. Cheers.
As an outsider, like, is it like weird to you to see like so many people speaking about basically a man cheating on his wife?
Yeah, looking at it from the outside, it's like that's no one's business but themselves. But I do kind of understand why people would be like, that's a shitty thing to do.
Yeah, I guess the main thing is like for me, like I don't necessarily give a shit about relationship drama at all. Like, I'm not trying to be fucking TMZ. I think the main point is like, oh, there's like a guy here who's like, it's more of like a kind of a bit of a weird thing of like this bloke is kind of like, for like 10 years straight been like, I am this guy who is this wonderful bloke and I fucking love my wife. But it's like the whole time he was just...
If anything, it was there all the time, wasn't it? Because if someone's making their entire fucking image, I love my wife so much, I will never do anything to hurt my wife.
They're probably going to be a bit fucking dodgy, yeah.
Most people don't have to do that. I love my wife.
Yeah. No, this is the thing. I said in my video... I said in my video, I was like, mate, if someone's going around being like, look, I'm not saying you can't say you love your fucking wife or girlfriend or boyfriend. Like, you're entitled to do that. But if it's your entire thing, if your only personality trait is, I fucking love my wife, it's like, or you're trying to present yourself to be like this perfect human being, there's probably a good chance you're a little bit of a seedy bellend.
Yeah, don't make that your whole fucking shtick.
It's like the whole r/nice guys thing, isn't it? It's like everyone that tries to be a nice guy is always going to end up to be like the actual wrong un. Whenever I see like an influencer, even not an influencer, anyone who's like, I'm this amazing person who's like only does good things. It's like, if I have a mate and they're like that and they're trying to show that they have no flaws whatsoever, I'm probably going to be a little bit sussy-wussy,
I'll be a bit, but it does raise the important question in my mind. And I don't know how many people are going to agree with this, but I think it needs to be said, at what point when someone's that public, are we entitled to be commenting on someone's personal life like that?
I think it is more of the fact that, like, he is a guy who's, I think more people are upset of, like, for one, it comes into the whole thing of, like, an abusive position of power, I guess, because, like, it was an employee that he cheated with, and I think a lot of people can be like, well, if he's willing to do that, he may be willing to do it with other people, and it's like, I think another reason people, like to speak about these things, this one is, like, the dramatic effect, like, let's be real, like, most of it is just, like, people like to
It's
fucking
gossip,
story.
isn't it?
Yeah, people love a fucking story, because you guys are sick. Like,
I do agree with that, actually, to be fair. He has sort of taken advantage of his power, especially in the circumstances of the sort
of, it wasn't like
girl he is cheating on.
Yeah, it wasn't like they met one time or like she did a little bit of work here and there. It was like, no, this person actually fucking fully worked for the guy, saw him on a day-to-day basis and stuff. But you know what the worst part is? You know where they were caught cheating? At a fucking Harry Styles concert. I went, mate, isn't that like your entire demographic? That like a Harry Styles audience?
We can never fucking escape Harry Styles on this podcast.
Oh my God, he gets brought up every week at this point. I don't know why. You are right in saying, like, realistically, none of this is our fucking business. But it's like, it does come down to the whole thing again of like, so many people have idolized this guy, got this presented idea in their minds. And my advice would be like, yet again, another case of an influencer turning out to be a horrible cunt. Like, it's like, how many times does it fucking happen, man?
Mate, there's only so much longer before it happens to us.
mate. You only need to fucking watch this podcast to realise that.
We just need to go back to one of your fucking house parties.
Mate, there are some devastating events that happen at those. The fucking bananas being planted throughout my house. A 16-year-old going around my house with like a load of bananas and just planting them everywhere. 3 months down the line, my mum finds a fucking mouldy banana in a drawer somewhere. Why? Why would you do that?
Mate, I saw the fucking, the potential that the Minions had.
That's good. Let's not go off a fucking tangent.
All right, let's go back. We're back on it. We're a bit more sober-wober this time.
We've not had too many veg Varginos, but we have had a couple. Well, you've had a couple. I've had one. And that's fine. That's fine.
That's fine.
But
does my drink can offend you?
That's what Ned's going to say in the next Try Guys video. Coming back to it, idolizing influencers. I think this is where it's come from. It's like, yet again, another guy's come out and they've turned out to be a massive dickhead after presenting themselves to be this amazing thing. And I think the one thing which kind of is the reason so many people are freaked out and speaking about this is because, as we've said, this is a bloke that's built his entire brand on, I love my wife, I'm a great father. And I was like going through like old tweets before this event came out, and it was like so many people being like, he's the perfect dad, he's the perfect husband. And it's like, this is why so many people are speaking about this. Like, if it turned out, you know, Jeffree Star's been shagging somebody on the side whilst dating this other person, nobody would give a shit, because Jeffree Star's, we all know Jeffree's a dickhead, but this guy, it's like, oh no, he's actually a nice guy.
I think it just sort of proves the point that, you know, power does corrupt to an extent.
Do you think that he's always been a sleazeball? Because this is something I've been kind of not 100% on. And I went into the Suffolk accident.
Ned was fucking getting down. I'm fucking doing Devo.
Oh, fucking hell. Mate, we keep going off track. We're good. We are going to stick onto this one time. This is the one. We're going to get through one topic and we are going to stick on it. And then all the others we can just fucking shit out. Do you think that he's always been like this? Because I was like, for one, people have been debating, did the others guys know? I think that it's a case of like, they probably knew he was a bit of a sleazeball, but as you said, power corrupts.
I fucking love the saying sleazeball.
Sleazeball.
He might have been a sleazeball. Honestly, I've got no idea.
I don't think the bloke intentionally one day woke up being like, I'm going to create this fucking master plan of being like this lovely guy. I think it was more of like, like a lot of influencers know, especially that family-friendly, family channel stuff. I know they're not technically that, but some of their videos are kind of like that. They know like to not present the bad things. It's like social media, even like me or you, a regular person watching this video right now, we choose what we want people to see on Instagram, per se. Like, you're not going to post, most people aren't going to post a shit photo of themselves, are they? You're going to post a photo where you think you look good. And I think...
But if you go on iNabber's Instagram, you can see well over 200 posts of him looking like shit.
That's fucking horrible. It's bang on though.
Sorry, the butter's gone too far. Finally, my drinking has offended someone.
No. But I was just saying, I get what you mean. No,
it's just a joke,
don't.
mate. Let's shake hands and put it there. It's like...
Fucking hell. I never exposed. No. All right. We've established that my Instagram looks like shit. Does that mean I am a real influencer? I'm the real deal, mate.
You say as it is.
I say as it
no
is.
scumbag tactics
I got a
going
pimple,
on here.
I'll fucking post it.
If he has a Richmond, he posts a Richmond.
Fucking hell, we're not doing this again. Getting on this district line earlier and realising that it ends at Richmond. No, mate, best day of my fucking life realising that the
no way.
I fully fucking pushed. You went, Richmond.
Yeah, like,
I
didn't know it was so clear. You're like E.T. No, yeah. Going back to this.
Yeah.
What I would like to say is, I think if you are personally upset by the fact Ned has gone behind his wife's back and been a sleazeball, don't let it ruin your day. There's a lot of fucking bad people in the world that get up to a lot worse stuff. You probably know someone that's cheated on their wife.
Right, yeah, mate. Fucking, like, they don't care about it.
It's like, yeah, it's fine, isn't it?
No, if I want to fucking cheat on my wife, I'll fucking do it. She doesn't mind.
Yeah, with your fucking Stella and your fucking white vest.
I'm not even fucking wearing white. No, you are right. You are right. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, you're entitled to get... I think it's like the shock and the upset from it of like, this guy who you believe this is an amazing guy is always going to be upsetting, but don't let it ruin your day. Because at the end of the day, you just got to tell yourself, all the fucking influencers are terrible. Well, 90%, I'd say. It's like on Twitch recently. It turns out a lot of streamers are dickheads. And it's like every fucking week, another guy is a dickhead. This guy's a dickhead. And I think what it comes down to is we put way too much faith in these people that we do not know. We watch the stuff that they choose us to see. And for some reason, so many people like to think, wow, this guy's fucking amazing. It's like, maybe they're not. Like, you don't know that guy. You only see his little fucking YouTube videos. And I'm not saying you can't look up to somebody or respect them or even be inspired by them. But I think when it comes to full-on idolization and fixating on this guy's life and thinking you know them, 9 times out of 10, you don't fucking know the guy.
I don't think you should fucking idolize anyone, to
especially
be fair,
an influencer.
And I'm not saying that, you know, I don't follow the 10 Commandments to the script, but I do agree with Commandment 2, is it? Don't go around. I think.
I fucking love that you think that I know what the 10 Commandments are. I couldn't even like say what I had for breakfast this morning. That's a lie. I absolutely could.
You've got a cross on your boobs.
My boobs, mate. I don't fucking. Mate, I have not looked at this in like 2 years, but I've worn it every day. That's how much it means to me. I don't fucking get it. It just looks cool.
I think one of the commandments is don't idolize people.
Is it?
That's what God said himself.
He was like, one day woke up, but he saw the fucking, I don't know, the Minecraft YouTuber drama, and he was like, fuck that, boys. Just get another commandment in there. Wait, so you're saying that people shouldn't idolize influencers because of the 10 Commandments?
I'm drawing from the 10 Commandments. I'm not saying follow all 10 Commandments because murder's okay in some circumstances.
In what circumstances?
I don't know. Say
Put you in an awkward position.
Say someone's done a
day.
big old doodle on your motorbike.
Oh God! No, don't bring up fucking doodles. Doodles, fucking. This is the thing. Throughout the story, throughout this podcast, we're gonna spread the story of doodles. And doodles, I agree. Death penalty certainly is. And honestly, maybe doodles did get the death penalty because my dad said he gave him to a farmer. I don't know if he gave him to a fucking farmer.
All you're saying is you weren't allowed in the freezer for the next week.
There was an odd smell. Actually, no, there wouldn't have been a smell. As we were saying, to kind of round this up, sort of, there's actually a little bit more. People have been like, oh, they're snakes. But it's like, to be honest with you, cheated on his wife, which is not only a betrayal of his wife, it fucks over his kids' lives because his kids have now got to grow up realizing that their dad's been completely villainized over the internet. Their dad's a dickhead. And imagine, right, you have never had the misfortune of going through a divorce, a parent's
How do you know
that? Well, as far as I know,
pretty fucking presumptuous of you.
As far as I know, your parents aren't divorced, right? Right? Oh, Jesus. All right, we're not going to clarify what I just said, but divorces aren't great, you know? They're not good.
Pretty sad times.
And now imagine all of that gets fucking recorded and put on some like T-Spill channel for your kids to grow up. Imagine in 20 years' time, you get T-Spill speaking about your dad. It's like, it's not something you really want to see.
Like you're not fucking miserable enough. You have to hear my take on your life.
Yeah, it's just like, mate, that is fucking awful. And the dad fully knew, like, influencer, absolutely beloved. If he cheats on his wife, it's probably not going to go down with the Gliz Nation, you know?
No.
It's not Gliztacular, and it's certainly not Glizmaze. And then it also obviously reflects bad on the guys that he's built this fucking business with.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's good. People are going to be speculating, did they know? Did they know that he was a sleazeball? And it's just in general going to make things more difficult for them because now they've got to try and do this thing without one of their main guys. So it's like he's fucked over tons of people. Why would they want to work with him after that? The guy like betrayed all of their trust.
If you're going to do it, mate, just be a bit more discreet about it.
Maybe don't go to a fucking Harry Styles concert, you fucking bellend.
Yeah. Just like, if you're going to look up to people, don't pick BuzzFeed employees.
Yeah, it's never.
Like,
that was always the red flag. They worked for fucking BuzzFeed.
It's fine. If you want to find out what Harry Potter character you are, go on BuzzFeed. If you want someone to if you want to find the meaning of life and how to be a good person, don't go on BuzzFeed. It
is always fascinating to think that there are actual professional journalists that work for fucking BuzzFeed.
Yeah.
I think I actually follow some. So, no, sorry if I'm offending you right now. It's just my experience of BuzzFeed is bloke cheated on his wife and also Harry Potter quizzes and maybe some other things here and there.
BuzzFeed quizzes can be quite fun.
Can they?
Because it's like, pick these 5 ice cream flavors and find out if you're a terrible person or not. And it turns out, Ned, you've picked all the wrong flavors this week.
You sick bastard.
you rum and raisin dickhead.
That's a fucking great insult. And we're going to end the clip there. What the fuck? That was a really good insult. I don't even know why.